You know when you go to the video store and you always see the one tape but never get to buy? That was Roujin Z to me. I always saw the VHS tape in every store and I never bought it. But in 1995 or 1996, I don't remember exactly, I decided to buy the Laserdisc. And the first thing that came to my mind was, why the hell did I ignore this? I really felt like I did some crime or something. And the Blu-ray remaster done to this is magnificent. It is one of the best looking transfers for a 90s anime. Roujin Z is an animated film released in 1991 and it was directed by Hiroyuki Kitakubo and written by Katsuhiro Otomo, the creator of Akira. And Otomo's influence is sprinkled all over this movie, and it really feels like he directed it as well. It makes sense since Mr. Kitakubo did work on Akira. And this director is really underrated today, and it's a shame because he is really good. He did a segment in Robot Carnival, he worked on the first Gundam series and Black Magic M66, he directed the hilarious Golden Boy, but his most notable work is Blood the Last Vampire. Character designs were made by Hisashi Eiuchi. This guy is known for writing a great comedy manga, Stop Hibari-kun, and he did the character designs for Spriggan. And in Roujin Z, he did something interesting. He designed the main character Haruko after his wife, and that is just cute. The story is about a nurse called Haruko who takes care of the elderly, and she has an emotional attachment to her first patient, Mr. Takazawa. And then one day he was taken by the Ministry of Public Welfare to be the guinea pig of a new experiment, the Z001, a high-tech mysterious bed that can provide all the necessary needs for the elderly. Haruko, being against all this, tries to save Mr. Takazawa along with the help of her friends. This is by far one of the most unique anime story ever told. I mean, having old people as main characters was something new to me when I first saw this, and being old have a huge significance in the story, which is to never underestimate people just because they are old. It shows how there are people, the villains of the movie, who doesn't care about the elderly and have a lack of appreciation of anything that is old, and that all they care about is technology and what is new, but always miss the most important thing of all, which is humanity, love, and friendship, and that technology will never replace those. Takazawa was driven by the love of his dead wife throughout the entire story. His love for her made the plot progress, which is so adorable to watch. The subtle humor works very well here. It is not over-the-top comedy, it's the type where it makes you smile rather than burst out laughing. And it works, and the main characters are nurses, which is fitting to the whole idea of this high-end tech that can do anything for old people that misses the whole point. The elderly doesn't just need to be clean and fed, they want human interaction, and a machine will never fill that void. The characters are just lovable. I loved every character in this anime. They are energetic, funny, and most importantly, humans. They feel like real people. So let's talk about the main character first, Haruko. She is the good-hearted nurse. She has a huge heart, innocent, yet brave at the same time, and her friends did a fantastic job as supporting characters. They are goofy, but not too much, and the anime did a good job giving the feeling that these people have been friends for a very long time. Takazawa and the rest of the elderly, the stars of the story. I loved all of them. They are funny, crazy, and badass in their own way. Every scene that Takazawa and the rest of the old people are shown, I just smile because they are well written. Everything they say have some wisdom into it, except for Takazawa, who is not there mentally. But that's not a bad thing. It showed me how eventually we will only remember the people we love, and Takazawa thinks about his dead wife all the time. Terada, the guy who is in charge of the Z001 project. The less I talk about him the better. He is well developed, and we see his development throughout the movie. I will just say this, he reminds me a lot of Shikishima from Akira. He is misunderstood like him, he really cares about the elderly but has a hard time explaining or showing it, so he goes to the extreme, just like how Shikishima cares for Neo Tokyo and goes to the extreme in protecting it. That's what I meant by Mr. Otomo's influence sprinkled all over this anime. To sum up the art and designs, attention to detail. I swear, everything looks beautiful and charming. The details of the neighborhoods, the rooms, the crowded hospital, the backgrounds, everything looks like a painting. And the Blu-ray release made it look better than ever. And that Snoopy shirt is just awesome, by the way. The characters, like Akira, look real more than cool because again, like Akira, this is a visual piece. It tells the story through the visuals. And like I said, even though Mr. Otomo only wrote this, it really feels like he directed this whole thing. The art was accompanied by great animation. You feel like something is always happening on screen, and if there isn't anything big happening, then you get amazing shots. Of course, it is not Akira level, because there is less action here, but every scene regarding the Z001 is handled perfectly, with fluid and smooth animation similar to the final scenes of Akira with all the wires and cables. Too bad the music didn't work for me here. There are like 2 tracks I really loved, but overall the music is very absent. It didn't bother me at all though, since everything about this movie is great. To this day, this is my favorite Otomo's work. Yes, I know it is an unpopular opinion, but I love it because it is unique. It tried to do something different and it worked. I love the characters and the use of old people is a stroke of genius. The art and animation blend so well together to make everything look alive. Not everything has to be dark, sad, fucked up and gory, even though I prefer that, but from time to time I like to watch something like Roujin Z. It is a great short story and overall it is a feel-good movie at heart with a strong message that love and friendship, humanity, can never be replaced by technology.